watching The Sports Spin, presented by Duchesne Healthcare. Health and healing, every person, every time.
Welcome to The Sports Spin, your weekly dose of sports action, presented by Duchesne Healthcare. I'm John Nurden. He's Mark Mason. We watch the games, we call the games, and now we spin the games.
Let's do it. Today on The Sports Spin, we take you back to the Altamont and Duchesne rivalry game, talk some Jazz basketball on another epic spin-off. But first, it's time for the week
rewind that a little bit.
Boy, yeah, week rewind. Well, welcome to the week rewind. Let's just get right off to it. We had 3 football games, right?
3 football games we're going to talk about. First one, Union and Juab.
Juab. How'd that end up?
Well, if you're a Juab fan, it was pretty good.
Yeah.
If you're a Union fan, Union did okay. They got 3 touchdowns, scored 23 points. You know, they're doing a little better than just getting killed.
Yeah.
You know, it wasn't a real rout. You know, and they just were never really in the game.
Yeah.
It was an important game for them to win, but
just a better team, but they competed against a better team. Is that how you're going to say that?
Yeah, they competed.
Okay.
Definitely.
And a good season for the Cougars. They're out of the playoffs, I think.
Yeah,
so out of the playoffs. But with all the injuries they dealt with the young team they were dealing with, that's a good season.
And there's bright hope for the future. You know, they had those young players. That great quarterback coming in as a sophomore. Some of the younger players getting opportunities because of the injuries.
Yeah.
I think Union's going to be tough next year. The Basin Bowl is going to be fun. We'll see how they do.
So then we go the other game, Wasatch at Uinta, and this is a playoff game. If the Utes win, they're in a 3-way tie, and no, Wasatch was just a better team.
Well, here's the thing. They didn't come to play.
Yeah.
They came to have senior night. And for me, I hate it as a coach to have senior night before. I like it after the game. For me, it was too much pomp and circumstance. They couldn't get started.
Yeah.
So they're down 35-0 to end the first quarter. And then
35-0 in the first quarter?
Yeah, and then they hold them even the rest of the game.
And all you've got to do there is not give up those, it's big plays. So if you're scoring 35 points, then you're doing it in 80-yard chunks.
And big, they would score and then get scored right back on, or after too.
Right.
So the Utes just never could get off that.
So final score on that is going to be 56-21. And like you say, if you're down 35 in the first quarter, and I understand Wasatch probably pulled out at that point and said, hey, let's not get some injuries. We know we're going to win this game. But still, don't give those up. So the Utes, though, end up 5-6 on the season. Last year, they were 4-6. 4-6?
4-6.
I thought they were 5-5 going into that one. Anyway.
I'm right.
You're right.
I'm always right.
It's the only time he'll be right today because I'm going to win the rest of it. But they doubled their win total from last year is what I'm getting at. So let's go to the game of the week. And here we go. It's kind of a mini Basin Bowl. We got Altamont at Duchesne.
Unless you're from Altamont and Duchesne, because that is their Basin Bowl.
It is their Basin Bowl, right.
Big rivalry.
So let's take a look at the game film for this one. And this was just Duchesne. Nothing about that. Here's a kickoff. And switching hands right to left, and then look at the seal-off blocking here. And he gone. No, caught at the 2-yard line where he's knocked out of bounds. And then just, even when things don't go right, they go right. Quarterback trips, still gets the ball off to the receiver's hands. Pressure, sack, nice play from Altamont. Altamont had some things to say about this game. They ended up losing at 55-6, but there's a pickoff, interception, and motion coming around the edge, just following the lead blocker in for a touchdown. It's only a 2-yard run. This is Altamont looking deep, has a man open, underthrown, picked off again. So, pretty much the tail of the tape, the Eagles manhandled the Longhorns, and we'll have
They did. The one bright hope is they did get 6 points. The Longhorns got 6 points. They put some points on the board. We had that argument in a spinoff earlier.
I would rather score the points. And I believe everyone else would rather score the points because the public voted.
Yeah, but you had your mom vote.
Hey.
All right, here we go.
Do you have a mother?
I do.
Who's your mama?
Yeah.
All right. So now we had the LNL, where we had the Duchesne game of the week. LNL Motor was there with the LNL Motor replay. But now it's time to check out the L&L Monster replays. Check them out.
So, Mark, let's start with Yo Mom. Look, the winner this week.
72% of the vote, Cruz Leyva. He goes across the middle, and he just extends in a ballerina pose. Look at this catch. He just goes up with one hand. He snags that sucker in a crowd of linebackers and snags it with one hand.
Here you go, ref. I got it. No
Biggest
problem.
win percentage of the season by any one play we had. Look, Ma, one hand. Cruz Leyva, last week's champion. We have yet to have a two-time champion. Is that right?
I don't know that, but I think he's had his mom vote.
Yeah, his mom voted for sure.
Definitely.
Who's your mama? Now we're going to go to Dead Rising. We're going to go right back to UNA High School and check out this play by Corbin Allen. He goes out and he goes up to catch a ball and gets destroyed.
And there he comes. He just puts his hand up. He's like, I got it. Don't worry about this.
He got pancake blocked, slammed to the ground.
Top and bottom.
Ding! I caught the ball. Luckily, he didn't get a penalty for spiking that ball down.
Yeah, it was a great catch.
I think the referee showed a little bit of restraint, but what a catch. So that's Dead Rising, Corbin Allen, UNA High School. And now we're going to go back to Duchesne, Altamont, and watch this play. It's special teams. Kick, blocked, taken to the house, all in one motion, all by himself. And that's pretty much tells you how a team wins 55-6 when that happens.
Yeah, when the whole team's scoring the touchdown, basically. It wasn't just one guy. Everyone's doing it.
Everyone was there. So
we need a vote. We need a vote for these.
We got to vote?
Well, we need to have
how do you vote?
Yes, how do you vote? Tell people.
This is how you vote. Make sure to follow us on Twitter at The Sports Spin and VTV Channel 6 on Facebook. And there's where you can log your votes for Plays of the Week. We had Look Ma, One Hand, Dead Rising, and Block Party. Go out, vote, and stick with us. We'll be right back.
I'm Amanda Hartman. I'm the new Director of Nursing here at the Villa. Here at the Villa, it's far more than a nurse-patient relationship. You truly are like a family. We have a community here, we have neighborhoods within our community, and we create lasting relationships that mirror that of our own families.
We're kind of just one big family because we're their sole providers, and we spend a lot of time with each and every resident. Even our rehab patients are here for months at a time, so we really create a family-like environment with them also.
We're back on the Sports Spin, presented by UNA Basin Healthcare. Now it's time for the spin cycle.
We're on the spin cycle, and with us today, we call him the voice of the Duchesne Eagles, Curt Skewes. You're there at every game. You know every player on the field. You probably have 15 family members on the field at the same time.
I've got a few.
Yeah.
Got a few on the field at the, playing all at once, so it's all good.
The playoffs start Friday. What's your call for this week's game?
The team's over there getting ready to play right now, looking to make a pretty good run into the playoffs. They've had a couple of games right here lately that the starters have played, a little bit in the first quarter, a little bit in the second quarter, and then kind of set out, getting healed up. We had one kid dislocate his shoulder up in Rich, and so it was good for him to sit out these 2 weeks, but they're just getting ready to go.
Yeah.
So, we talk about family on the team. Isn't this group one you've worked with too, this senior class?
Absolutely.
Group that you've worked with for years and years and years?
My brother and myself started coaching these guys when they were fourth graders. And I've known them. I've coached them football, baseball, wrestling, you name it, so I know these kids are like my own. And so I'm pretty excited for them.
So not just the family members hit you right here, but this whole group. I mean, and not just the seniors, but this group that has a little something special for you.
Absolutely. I've got a nephew that's a senior. I got a brother-in-law that's a senior. I've got my son that's a freshman and a nephew that's a freshman and cousins and, you know.
So you know, we talk about football in the Basin and you know, the schools on the eastern side tend to get a little more speak than the western side over there. And you guys tend to dominate, though, over in Duchesne. What is it? Why is Duchesne football so dominant year after year after year?
Coaching staff and just a love of the game. You know, Coach Cowan has done so well, knows all the kids from 3rd grade through senior, and worked with them throughout the summer, and just the guy loves football. And he's turned it into a football community.
So knowing the kids from 3rd grade, geez, Mark, you know, how can that be? If you know them from that long, you know every little bit about
and
them.
my favorite part about calling the game with Curt is he's on the edge of his seat going, ooh, 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 ooh. You know, something good's happening. You talked about Coach Cowan. You talked about his preparation. I mean, have you ever met a more intense person, and how does that trickle down through the, you know, from seniors to 3rd graders?
Well, they know what to expect.
Yeah.
I mean, because he's had them, you know, this summer he did a little football camp with the 3rd grade or 2nd graders through 8th graders, junior high, getting them ready, so they know what to expect. He doesn't sugarcoat things. He's hard-nosed, he's intense, but he loves the kids. He loves the kids and he loves the game of football.
Sure. Give me a score for Friday's game.
Last time they played them, it was 7-0 at halftime, and then we come out and put 35 on them, but I'm guessing about the same, 47-7.
Okay, that's what I'm calling 47-7. All right. Well, let's look forward. Football is going to end here soon. Wrestling's coming up. Basketball. What's the season going to be like for the Eagles?
It's looking good.
Yeah.
The wrestling season, we've got, I think, 12 or 13 seniors on the wrestling squad.
Wow.
We've got 7 or 8.
That's big for a 1A school.
Well, yeah, you know, it's big for any school.
Sure.
But this year, it's big. We've got some good freshmen coming in. The sophomore class is tough. Duchesne's going to be tough, but you know, Coach Sanderson, I spent 45 minutes talking with him, the new coach at Altamont last night, so it'll be fun.
Yeah. If he has anything to say about that, it's going to make that rivalry up a notch.
Basketball, right? You know, a lot of people in the Basin love wrestling, but I quite love basketball. How are they going to do this year?
This basketball team played a lot together this summer, doing more than they have, and so they've got a shot at it.
Yeah.
You know, winter sports are looking good for Duchesne.
Yeah.
Any girls sports over there?
Girls basketball, they're all fairly young this year.
So we'll see an up-and-coming team?
Absolutely. The volleyball state is this weekend, so they're young, but they're talented.
Wow.
Good.
Is this the year Duchesne Eagle football gets back to a state championship?
That's been the goal since day one.
Day one. All right.
Absolutely.
Well, so we're going to see them at Weber State. Is that where they play the championship this year?
Semifinals are at Weber, finals at Cedar City down in southern Utah.
All right. Well, thanks, Curt, for joining us here on the Spin Cycle.
Thanks,
Always good to see you. And we'll be right back after these messages.
Do you surf the net every time you shop? Well, forget the hard drive and make the short drive down to L&L. We have the best selection in the Basin. At L&L, we're making the car buying experience all that it can be because we're not here just to sell you a car. We're here to build a long, happy relationship. L&L Motor, people you know, people who care.
Hold on. Welcome back. It's time for our Calls of the Week. All right, Mark, let's recap last week. I always like this part where you like, blah, 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 I won.
Well, we tied this week, so, I mean, it's just another push.
You can go for a
So right
push
now, I'm
all you want.
leading, and I had to give you 2 weeks.
Keep talking. Let's go back.
I had to
Let's
give you 2
review.
weeks to make it 4-3.
BYU, for all those who watched last week, BYU against
3-2.
Boise State. And we both said Boise would win.
Yeah.
You said they would win by more than 11. I said less than 10. So.
And how did it turn out?
Well, less than 10.
Lucky.
Yeah, lucky. Lucky me. And it really was BYU. BYU could have won the game. And we both
just pushed us both out of there. In fact, they should have won the damn game.
They should have.
What was it, punt on 4th and 18? A fake punt? Oh my gosh!
With like,
how stupid are we?
Sure you are. Anyway, okay.
Yeah.
So the Utes at UCLA.
Shame on me for even picking the.
And I went with the Utes. You know, they're a ranked team. They're playing really good. You said, I think your quote was, the Utes aren't winning by very much. I'm going to go with UCLA.
I don't think it was quite like that. I said something about the Rose Bowl. I said history. Okay, so I lost those 2 games. But then we had to pick 2 of the World Series games, and the Cubs had to win 2 straight to get in the World Series. I picked them both! 2-2 on the week. It's a push. Let's see what happens next week. We're going right into it.
So you did win last week, and I won this week.
No, it's a push.
So it's 3-3 on the season.
Push.
All squishy. It's all squishy right now.
4-2.
No, it's 3-3.
4-2 if you count the spinoff that I won.
Well, you've won 2 spinoffs, but we'll see how that goes this week.
2 spinoffs. Oh, that is 5-2. Okay, going on. Altamont at Canab. And Altamont snuck into the playoffs. They're playing. They have to go to Canab, and you got to play the game.
You do have to play the game.
And there's a chance that Altamont wins. And I'm not sure if they're going to win or lose. I think they're going to lose, but let's talk about how many points we think they're going to score. I'm going to go with anything less than what you say.
Anything less? I'm going with 8 points.
8 points? Okay, you're going to say they're going to win 8?
They're going to get 8 points.
I'll go 7 points, and it's just a tough year for the Altamont offense.
It really is.
They score more than 7.
It really is a tough one, and I picked 8 because I knew you'd just go 1 over, 1 under, and I made it a little harder for you, but you picked that even before.
Okay,
so let's see. Where did you get that?
Maybe
the Price is Right?
Maybe I'll
take
write this down. Okay.
Oh, I write it down every week.
Hear you now. 6-2? Is that what the score is? 6-2. Wow. It's getting embarrassing here. We're going to go.
Just keep it going up, whatever you want.
At Duchesne. And Monticello, it's just the script's reversed there. Monticello's on the road. They're sneaking in the playoffs. They got to play Duchesne. Again, you can't look past anyone. Many times we've seen a dominant team lose in the first round because they look past
Duchesne's not
them.
losing.
They're not losing them?
Duchesne's going to win by more than 21.
More than 21? We're just going to go over-under on this?
No, I'm going to go 21. You can 21 or more.
21 or more? Wait a minute. I'm calling this what Curt Skewes told us earlier, 47-7. That's the score.
So you got it by 40?
Is that what it is? 40 points. I got it.
All right.
Okay.
Okay.
Can you do anything better than that?
Okay, if you get it exact, boy, I'm gonna give Curt a big old
The voice of the Eagles called that. I'm going with him.
All right, good luck with that.
Yeah, right?
Good luck.
Yeah, good luck.
It's a playoff game.
You got to win like 4 straight to catch me here. 6 to
we'll
1
see.
right now. 6-1 on this.
All right, last one, Mark.
What do we got? You went to volleyball.
Will they make the playoffs or not?
They got to win 2. And they are playing 1 as we film.
So here's the deal. Let me say it like
airs.
this. I've won the first 2 of this week's Call of the Week because I'm going to get those 2 right. So I'm going to go homer and say the Utes make it. The Utes make it to the volleyball playoffs.
The Utes make it. They have to play, I think, Spanish Fork and Springville. Spanish Fork's out. They can't get in. They're just playing for pride. Springville is the one that they're battling with.
Yeah.
And no, I'm sorry, Utes. You had a great year. We've had a couple of girls on the show, but we're gonna go out of the playoffs, the Utes, just because I had to pick against John.
All right, so I got it written down. So before the show, we have to look at it every week and have to show you how I really did win.
Push.
Yeah,
Push
exactly.
This week. I had to call 2 Cubs games. Who saw that coming?
It's political season. I get it, that you can make up whatever you want on television now these
days. They do have to win, too. Okay, so I think that's it for Calls of the Week. Is that right?
It is. So
what's next?
It's 3 for me, 2 for you, and this week will probably make me 4-2.
I don't see your math because before we started, you were behind 3-2, and then you said you win even though it was a push.
It can't be.
So it'd be tied 3-3.
There's only been 5 weeks. It can't be 3-3. I'm 3-2. Exactly, 3-2. Exactly. Well said.
Let's see what happens. We'll be right back after this.
I'm Amanda Hartman. I'm the new Director of Nursing here at the Villa. Here at the Villa, it's far more than a nurse-patient relationship. You truly are like a family. We have a community here, we have neighborhoods within our community, and we create lasting relationships that mirror that of our own families.
We're kind of just one big family because we're their sole providers, and we spend a lot of time with each and every resident. Even our rehab patients are here for months at a time, so we really create a family-like environment with them also.
John, it's that time again. Let's get to the spin-off. All right, John, here's how this works. We pick a topic, I beat you, and then the public votes for me.
Okay.
Is that how it works?
Did you bring your little props this time?
We pick a topic, we battle head to bald head, and you guys watching get to pick the winner on Twitter and on Facebook. Our topic on this edition of the Spinoff is Gordon Hayward All-Star worthy? I'll let you pick the topic that you want to go with.
Well, I thought you assigned me these things, but you know what? I don't need that.
Right.
I'm going to pick that he's not worthy.
He's not worthy?
And whether he's worthy or not, he's not getting voted in.
Right. Yeah, so he's not worthy of the All-Star.
No.
That's what you're telling me. There's no argument. It's just a stated
Well,
fact.
I'm going to go. You always let me argue first. Go ahead.
Okay.
What do you got?
All right. He is All-Star worthy, and here's how he's All-Star worthy. Because the All-Stars in the NBA
Say it louder, then people can understand
is
you
a
better.
farce. No white player, none, were in the All-Star team last year. So he is All-Star worthy. He is part of the all-white All-Star team for the NBA. That's right. You heard it first. We're going to have Kevin Love. We're going to have Dirk Nowitzki. We're going to have the point guard for Miami. I can't remember his name.
John Stockton always went.
No, we're talking about
worthy.
active
He went
players.
with the other guys.
We're talking about today's NBA, not the 80s NBA, not the 90s NBA, today's NBA. No white player was on there, but Gordon Hayward is All-Star worthy. He's one of the all-white All-Stars for the NBA. Yes, he is.
So my first argument is he's too white. So I'm with you on that. So my second argument, Mark, is he's a little too clean cut for the rest of the world. He fits it really good in Utah, but that boy is so clean cut. Squeaky clean. Wait, I got one more. Here we go.
Listen to his stats.
Okay.
Got it.
He's too much of a jazz player to make the All-Star team. He's a team player.
Is there a
the guy shares the ball. He works with his team well.
Is there a jazz
He's not
bias?
an All-Star. Yeah, he's not going to go out there and just hoop it up like all those other players
I have a
do.
call for you here. Call of the week. The Stifle Tower will make an All-Star team before Gordon Hayward does. But Gordon Hayward, he averaged nearly 20 points a game. He has 4 assists a game. That number corresponds with some of the guys that did make the All-Star club.
Yeah, but they don't play for the Jazz in a Jazz way.
Those kinds of guys.
He's too quality of a player in the basketball sense of a player.
He's a team player. He's
Yeah,
not flashy enough.
He's not flashy enough to be an All-Star player.
He is on the All-Star team. Vote for you if you agree with me. Did he make the white All-Star team?
Vote for me this week.
Or vote with John
no
if he's
chance.
not. So, yes, he is. We'll be right back after a short break with the Fast Dash, and we got the Sledgehammer with us.
Do you surf the net every time you shop? Well, forget the hard drive and make the short drive down to L&L. We have the best selection in the basin. At L&L, we're making the car buying experience all that it can be because we're not here just to sell you a car. We're here to build a long, happy relationship. L&L Motor, people you know, people who care.
Yo, welcome back to the Sports Spin. It's time for the Fast Dash with Mike Jones and these two.
Yo, Mark, it's me and you.
Me and you. We got the Sledgehammer with us.
Yes, we
When
do.
the Utes needed 2 yards, you know who they went to?
Mike Jones.
They went to Mike Jones. He's here on the set at the Sports Spin. Mike, have you seen the show before?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're on the Fast Dash. That means we're going to put you on the clock.
Okay.
We're going to throw some questions at you. Let's have some fun with this. What do you say?
All right, I'm ready.
Why don't you treat this like just a 30 dive, you know?
Okay.
Full back up the middle, right?
All right.
Here we go. Hit it. Minute on the clock. We're ready. Sack or TD?
TD.
All right.
One word to describe your coach.
Oh, crazy. Something crazy.
Crazy.
Sledgehammer or chocolate chip?
Ooh, chocolate chip.
Chocolate chip. You heard it here.
Best football player ever.
Mike Jones.
Oh, well said. I like it.
Mike Jones! Beating the Cougars or beating Snow Canyon?
Cougars.
Basin Bowl.
Who's your personal rival?
Personal rival, Sean Thompson.
Oh, there you go.
Wow. He's a tough kid, too, there. Run up the middle or running off the edge?
Up the middle.
Up the middle. He likes the contact.
Batman or Superman?
Batman.
Beastie Boys or Britney Spears?
Ooh, Britney Spears.
Yeah, that's pop music right here.
Best football movie ever.
When the Game Stands Tall.
Oh, I like it.
Cubs or Indians?
Cubs.
Cubs. There we go.
Still playing or done?
Still playing.
Yeah, I wish you were in the playoffs. It was a great season. Mike, thanks for joining us here on the Sports Spin, presented by Uinta Basin Healthcare. Health and healing, every person, every time. Like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter and Instagram. See you next week.